Okay, Grayson's go-kart. The chain needs tension. The rear shocks are blown. So we're gonna try to start this thing and see if we can get it in the garage to tune her up. Chain stretched out, shocks are blown. Oh, go grab your keys. You know where they're at?
Yeah.
All right, while we're waiting on him to grab that, let's get my bike out. It's a, oh shoot, it's like a layer of ice where it got down to 0. Actually, it was -3 last night. Of course, I don't have any snow boots or anything. Okay. There they are. Whew. I am not driving the big block back out there. I'll tell you that much right meow. See if this old hog will start, which it should. I just put it up the other day. Oh yeah. So we tried to get this old girl started, but she's been sitting for a while. A couple things is wrong with it. For one, the shocks are blown. Those Chinese shocks are wore slap out. Needs new shocks on it. The chain is stretched and needs a new chain because it's so rusty and stuff. So I say we put a new chain on it, put new shocks on it. I just put a lithium battery and took that crappy lead acid battery out because it's been leaking forever. It's a brand new battery and it's leaking for some reason. So we got a new lithium battery on it. And oh, we're swapping the carb. It had a 24mm flat slide, which is not necessary for what is done to this engine, which I think is, I'd have to go back and look. I don't even know. It has no governor, and I think it has a billet rod flywheel, and it maybe has a real light cam in it, but I don't know. We're going to put a cam in it later. We have a pretty decent cam sitting on the shelf, but this is the carb we just took off the Road to Horsepower Stage 2, which is a PZ 22, and the reason we're swapping from the 24 flat slide to this 24 is my favorite carb. It's for the simple fact is it's got a bolt-on manifold. This is nice because sometimes his swing arm can hit on maximum squat right here, and it, like the way the Mikuni was sitting, and knock it off. Where this is bolted, and it's going to get it away from harm's way, so it's going to be sitting way back here and not be a problem. It's not going to be an issue anymore of the carb falling off. It's the only downside to Mikunis. I wish they would make them to where they would bolt on like a PZ. That's why I think we're going to end up starting to use the WC22 on some builds to try it out and see if it's as good as the carb as we think it is, because this doesn't have a ported head or nothing, so it didn't need that 24. It reeks of gas in here, and I'm getting a puddle growing at my crotch area from the snow melting off this hog. We're taking the manifold off right now. This is not going to be fun to put on. I wish his bed area came off. This is kind of a pain to put on because how this thing is tucked back in here. I see one problem. I'm going to have to get rid of this vent. But you don't necessarily, unless you're worried about the atmosphere or the planet, like worried about it real bad, you don't even have to have a vent on your valve cover. We put a catch. That hurt double. I slammed my hand into the screwdriver and peeled back a chunk of my skin. That was real nice. The inside screw is what sucks on this one, because of the curved intake. So we'll get this put on and we'll move on to trying to take off these shocks. Not looking forward to that either. Okay, so we got the upper shock mounts off. Now we're taking the lower. I think I used 150 front shocks on the rear of this, but I can't remember. There's that blown shock. You can see the oil is down there where it blew. It was just springy bouncy boy. Should be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Son of a monkey's uncle. Okay, this one might not have been blown because there's no fluid, but we're gonna replace them both because they've been on here forever. So we got the carb on. You can show that under there. It's in a much better spot. I don't think anything's gonna hit it. I just need to make sure that there's enough slack in the throttle cable, because we have the throttle cable kind of zipped up out of the way. We got the battery. I need to strap down the battery with a big zip tie. Carb's done. Only downside is you can't choke this style carb on the dash. We have to choke it. But we might see if EC can tune out a PZ22, because that's what EC is known for, is carburetors. They can most likely tune us out one where you rarely need to hit it with a choke. So maybe that'll be something we do in the future. Is there anything else? Chain, the worst.
Oh yeah.
Oh great. Using Amsoil brake fluid, and after I use this I'll throw it away because it's been open a little bit. And brake fluid is known to draw moisture. This does have front and rear brakes on this hog. It'll do a stompy with adult in it. And we raise it way up on its front end.
A few moments later.
So we cured the issue of when Big Daddy said on this thing, we made the suspension really soft for a 100-pound kid. It would hit the carburetor, but now with that curved intake manifold, it doesn't hit it, and it's solid bolted. Well, he would bounce that thing across the yard, and the carb would end up squeaking off. And that carb is tuned real nice. Shocks back out. Headlock. Okay.
Grayson got tired of waiting and fell asleep.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. I think it needs more throttle pedal throw, because I ain't getting wide open throttle, I don't think.
Well, it's good.
Well, I need to change that. Don't you freaking worry, old Rover Eton. He can't never say I never did it for him.
Nope, he'll want to ride in the dark when he wakes up.
All this is about is leverage. Cut my hand open. Got rust water in it. But we eliminated the catch can. We don't use those anymore. They're there's just an issue. Like, look how dirty that thing is. As he's bouncing it, we mounted it to the frame, but never mount it to the swing arm because then they're just shaking up and sloshing around. But you really just need to vent it to atmosphere, honestly, on a go-kart. If it's an asphalt go-kart, then I would vent it into a catch can because if oil got on the track, it'd be dangerous. But he's good to go right now. Sometimes I have to choke it, but I think if I get that carb tuned in just right, we won't need to choke it, so that won't be an issue. But it does suck. We lost his little dash choke, you know, that he had. Because you can convert the VM24 Makunis, my lips are so dry, into a cable choke. All right, so now we're gonna get on the bike. Once, you know, it might be a little bit, but we're gonna get on the bike and get him up, and we're gonna do some riding, take it through the woods. Okay. Mm-hmm.
This thing's not gonna make it out of here. controlled drift going on this out in the field. I was able to get a controlled drift going on this out in the field. That was fun. This thing's nice because you can control it. That thing is all over the place.
Yeah, those little tiny knobs come on those boxers. But this thing does pretty dang good. I mean, it went through the trails. I
thought you might do better because you got the weight back there.
I can just squat back and then whoa. It don't seem like it revs out, does it? Yeah, I wonder if it's getting that throttle pedal only has a tiny bit of throw to it.
Yeah.
Probably what it is. I probably put a hurting on the belt. Maybe not. You sink in there a little bit. This has been a dang good go-kart. I have just I just put that carb on it, so now remember we used to knock the carb off.
Yeah.
With the curved intake, it's back here out of harm's way so it don't get anything on it, and it's solid mounted.
This jacket's almost too hot.
I'm hot. I'm sweating. Pop the bottle.
All right, guys, I know this wasn't the most exciting video in the world, but we never get snow here in Tennessee. We're in East Tennessee, so at best we'll get a couple inches. Well, this year, this was at the end of the snow, like after most of it had melted, but we had got almost a full foot of snow, which is very rare. We have a couple more videos we're going to upload. We took the Talon out through the streets because you couldn't, like I wasn't going to take my new F-250 out, and my wife's Tahoe is four-wheel drive, but it's got street treaded tires on it. So we did a bunch of little videos of just playing in the snow, but that Eton Rover, it's ugly, but it's like the most reliable go-kart we've had. Like, it's been sitting outside for a while. That's why the chain's been rusted, and you know, we got to get some cover, like build some a lean-to or something to store all of our stuff in. But I think later we're going to do even more upgrades. We're going to build a nicer roll cage for it. We're going to put a different seat on that Eton because the seat is slanted. It's like wedge shape. So it wants to like slide you out of it. So I think putting a little bucket seat, building a better roll cage, and then building a steel bed area and taking off the plastic one, and then maybe lengthen the swing arm. I don't know. We may end up selling it because Grayson is about over that go-kart. Like, it's fun, but I think I want to build him a like a kid-sized buggy soon. So let us know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Let us know what you thought about this video. Of course, we're just having fun. If you want to help support the channel on videos like this, you can go to rbgkarts.com where we sell parts that we're fabricating. We're about to come out with a front A-arm kit that you can put on almost any vehicle as long as you have a little bit of fabrication skills. We're trying to bring out solutions that help you guys to do the same things we're doing and help you guys achieve your projects. So stay tuned. We got the 999cc playing in the snow. It actually did really good. And now we got the 999cc under the knife, doing some big upgrades to it. So we're super pumped about that. So thank you guys so much for watching, supporting us over the years. Hope you enjoy it, and just continue supporting the channel. We got some awesome stuff coming up this year. We love you guys, and we say God bless.